Hey, film lovers. So I saw Shang Chi last night. It was a good time. It's nice to be back in the theater and watching a Marvel movie. Yeah, so this is gonna be my review here. So I'm gonna start with like a spoiler free version and then kind of cut into spoilers as I go. I will put like timestamps and shit so you won't, accidentally run into the spoilers. So first and foremost, it's a fantastic origin story. I mean, it's not Iron Man by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like Doctor Strange. It's kind of it's here and there. It fits. It does the character justice. He feels like a character I will enjoy in future iterations of him. That being said, like as a film standpoint, like if we're talking about like the 24 films in the MCU, not including the Disney Plus shows, it's very mid tier. I find it's kind of in the same category as like Ant-Man. It's not like top 10. It's not a Winter Soldier. It's not a Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a very mid tier. The cinematography, I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's what you would expect from a Marvel movie. Like there's not like revolutionary. There's no Roger Deakins style cinematography in here, but it's substantial and it works. And there's some scenes that look very, very nice. Again, same with the editing. It's okay. Like it works. Again, there's nothing to really look at and go, ooh, wow, like look, that was some pretty amazing editing. That was, like I've never seen anything like that. But yeah, like I mean, the music was fantastic. Very Asian feel to it, like a very kind of mid-century Chinese feel, which is like 100% what they were going for. So it works. The acting for the most part is very good. There is just something about Aquafina I'm not a fan of. I don't know what it is. She's used for comic relief. I didn't really laugh ever with anything she said, except for one minor part near the very beginning, and it only caught me off guard really, and that's the only reason I laughed. So the use of the 10 rings, the 10 rings that the main villain, the Mandarin, is in possession of. They never actually call him the Mandarin. The 10 rings, which is what the main villain, like the Mandarin, is wielding. The way they use them in the movie is cool as fuck. Like or cool as shit. It's very cinematic. It's choreographed very, very well, and it just looks really, really cool on screen. So I'm gonna get into spoilers here. So like I said, I'm gonna timestamp it or whatever that is to kind of lead you down. And you can click off here. I'm going to put a big warning up on the video so you'll know. So first and foremost, there's a few choices they made in this film that I'm not a fan of in terms of MCU. And that the main one is the return of the quote-unquote Mandarin. Trevor Slattery, I believe his name is. It makes zero sense. Why? Like, I understand the joke. But are we supposed to believe that this guy, that this real Mandarin, the real villain, Shang Chi's dad, would keep this guy alive? No. There's no way in hell. So I understand he was played for laughs, but why is he through the entire last act? It makes zero sense. Aquafina was already put there to be the comic relief. We didn't need Ben Kingsley as well. It just didn't me. I wasn't a fan of it. The big soul-sucking monster dragon thing, I was, at the very end of the film, I was so worried that it was going to be Fing Fang Foom. I did think that they were building up to that, and I think they still are building up to that. I'm glad it was not him behind that gate, because he looked silly. He didn't look like a villain. He looked like something out of a DC movie. Big, gray, and zero reason to exist. I do like the way that the 10 rings are explained. I do like that their presence is explained to be kind of all-encompassing, and it's always been there. It is really cool. Which again, it begs the question of why is Ben Kingsley's Mandarin in this? We don't need him, and I feel it was a weird thing. The choreography is some of the best I've seen in the MCU. which I was hoping for, because with a kung fu movie, it needs to be fluid and quick and well shot, because otherwise it looks silly. I mean, you've seen some bad action movies where like Taken, where it's just cut. And luckily enough, in Shang-Chi, there's a lot of long shots that just kind of last. And it looks really good, and I want to see more of that. Abomination is in this movie briefly. Like, I'm talking in total 45 seconds. Doesn't say a word, and he gets his ass handed to him by Wong, which I expected. You don't see it in the trailer, but Wong does kick the absolute crap out of Abomination. And then it's revealed that Wong is training him. I really don't know what's going on there, because, yeah, like, so after the fight, Wong is, like, talking about how Abomination needs to start, like, I guess, throwing his punches, and then he creates, like, the ring to teleport through, and Abomination follows him through. So is Wong making the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers? No, I'm just kidding. I really don't know what's going on there. Is Abomination going to be in Spider-Man Far From Home? Is he going to be in Multiverse of Madness? I mean, he's going to be in She-Hulk. So what's connected there? I don't know. It's a weird strand to follow. The Mandarin, like the real guy, the Shang-Chi's dad, I can't remember his name for the life of me. He does die at the end of the film, which I'm not a fan of. I really wanted him to stay around. Even if you take the 10 rings away from him, just him being always there and being a constant presence would always add an extra layer. It's like Loki. I think they really missed a big opportunity to make a new Loki, which, I mean, I'll talk about it in the next segment about the post-credit scene where they're kind of keeping him, but not keeping him. But this, I don't know his name. I'll insert it in the video, like here. Well, he was fantastic. Honestly, he was probably one of the best parts of the film. And I loved his performance. I really wanted to see more of it, and that's kind of the main reason I'm upset that he's not staying. The post-credit scene, so let's get to that. There's 2 post-credit scenes. So one is Wong is talking to Shang-Chi and Katie at the end, and in the I think it's the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm not 100%. It could be Commentage or whatever. And Bruce Banner, not Professor Hulk, Bruce Banner, and Captain Marvel are on holograms also in the meeting, and they're trying to figure out what the 10 rings are made of. Like, Bruce Banner asks, like, is it vibranium? Or is it Chitauri technology? Because everything's fucking like Chitauri technology in this universe. And then Wong states that, no, like, this is much older than all that. Like, this is, something else. So it's definitely building up a sequel for Shang-Chi, which is good, because he was going to get one anyway. But I do love the portrayal of this character in the MCU, and I do want to see more of him. And the post-credit scenes, like at the very end when all the credits go by and whatnot, it is revealed that Shang-Chi's sister has taken over the 10 rings and formed a new version of it. It looks really cool. I want to see more of it, and I cannot wait to see what they do. So that's kind of the main stuff I'd like to go over. I know this is like a weird format. I'm still going to get used to what format I'm going to be using. I'll find it. I do want to do reviews. I will be doing reviews for the Eternals, Spider-Man, obviously, and various films in between. Like, because I'm a big movie lover. MCU is kind of like my guilty pleasure films. Like, I go see everything pretty much. So I'll do a review for pretty much everything I do watch, more or less. With that being said as well, I do have 2 upcoming videos I do have planned, 2 real, not reviews, more video essay-like things. One of them is definitely going to be spooky season based, so coming around, like, I'm expecting mid-October, probably. And then I haven't really decided on what I'm doing for September yet. I have a few ideas floating around, but there is going to be a video essay in September as well. So yeah, I do intend to keep up with these. I went through with the pandemic, I went through such a huge creative gap, because I used to write scripts and I used to shoot videos, and then when the pandemic hit, it just kind of killed my creativity, and I really want to get back into that, and these videos are part of that. So these videos, they will get smoother They will get better. They will be better formatted. It's just taking me a bit to kind of get back into a rhythm of doing that. With that being said, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and that's a wrap. See ya.